Hi, I'm Darren.
Hi, I'm Gordon.
And we're the two gay reefers. Hey reefers, today I'm all alone. Gordon's gone back to work. We're finally back home from holidays. And it's chilly. We've been to Santa Monica, was our last stop before we came home. It was nice and hot and warm. Come home and it's cold, but I hope you appreciate my new beanie. But anyway, we're cleaning this tank today. I know there's a particular issue with the tank. One issue that we have is with the big Duncan colony. That is one of my favourite corals. It's been attacked by Vermetid Snails. So we'll get in there, dive in and clean it up, and I'll show you what to look for, how to clean it, and hopefully the Duncan will look happier.
So Reef Seal is looking really good. It's had its copper, still going through the copper treatment. It's about a month left to go, but all the fish are nice and happy and healthy, exactly where we want them to be. There's no spots. Everyone is beautiful and eating well. Especially Mr. Pinky, he's such a character and getting so big. So in about a month, we'll be able to strip the copper out of this system. Think about putting some new fish in, see how they settle in, make sure there's no spots or any trouble, and then we'll go with the coral last of all. For the Red Sea, we do have a few little issues happening. Obviously, we've got holiday algae, quite a bit of it in cases. We've got a few aptasia. Mainly, everything is looking fairly happy. Some of the SPS are a bit rough. Mainly just surface algae on the glass, which was hard to get off for our house sitter. As you can see, the Duncan is looking a little bit worse for wear. We've had one or two SBS strip. But the Duncan, as you can see on one side, it rarely opens up. And that's due to the Vermetid Snails. There is plenty of extension on the top, but it's not balanced. Let's give the glass a good clean. So as you can see, the clean glass makes a big difference to the aquarium. And here's the Vermetid Snails. As you can see right in the center of the screen, you can see the tube with that web coming out of it. That's the main sign of a Vermetid snail. Now the thing is, these guys just irritate corals around them with that web. It causes the corals to close up, and the corals just keep closing up more and more each day, the more irritated they get. And obviously, if they're not open, they're not getting enough sun or food to be able to survive. So they slowly get weaker and weaker and slowly deteriorate until they actually do die. Okay, here we go. We have our lovely Duncan, which is very gross. And truly, I have no idea where I'm going to start. Let's have a look at the damage. Now, I can see right in the center of the screen, that's the mother colony there. So right there. Plus we've got all these little male colonies, I guess you could say they are. And they're absolutely everywhere as well. So let's see if we can't clean this thing up. So the thing is with this Duncan is it actually died off a bit. It first of all got stung in the shop before we picked it up. Then it sort of hit a spot with our levels in the tank where they were all over the place, so it died back a bit then. And then I've noticed that
it's having trouble opening a lot lately. It's just not happy. And I had a close look at it, and you could see vermetid snails very easily. As soon as you picked it up, you could feel them breaking off in your fingers. So we'll try and get rid of as many as we can today, and then we'll get some more as we go. There's also Aptasia on here as well, which sucks. So we've got all sorts of pests on here, and then we've also got algae as well. But I can definitely see the worms as I'm breaking off these tubes. The worms are just coming straight off as well because I'm getting the base. So I can see I'm actually doing some good. But the challenge is obviously to get the mother off as well to stop them breeding. Good thing is they are actually easier to chip off, especially using coral cutters. The vermetid snails are actually attached to a lot of the dead skeleton, so it's quite easy to take them off. So there's also a few sponges in here as well that I can see. Not quite sure what that was, but that was something crawling on me. Also found some bubble algae, hurrah! So this poor Duncan has just had a lot of different issues attack it all at once. But that's okay, we'll clean it up and hopefully it'll be a lot happier in future. I can see as I clean there's a couple of mother colonies actually. Oh, so that's a big one there. But yeah, you don't realise how invasive these things are until you get a colony this size, just growing on everything. So I'll keep going and doing this, and we'll come back when I've finished or when I've had enough and show you what we've achieved. So just dipping the Duncan now to get rid of any surviving worms. As you can see, there's quite a few squirming down on the bottom, but all in all the skeleton's looking a lot cleaner. After we do this, we are then going to dip in hydrogen peroxide to get rid of some of the algae as well.
So this is the mother colony you can see here. As you can see, this curly part at the bottom, reminiscent of a real snail, a garden snail, that's where they go to hide. So that's where the mother goes to hide. So if you just block off some of the top tube, it actually retreats down there and can live there until it decides danger is past, and then can come back out that tube again. So unless you seal off that tube totally so nothing can get in there, it will survive down in that its own little apartment down the bottom. So that's why it's good to chip the whole colony off. As you can see here, here's one that has sort of survived. It's sort of like not looking the best after being dipped, but that's what we're after. And those things are really stubborn. They can survive in and out of water for quite some time. They can survive outside of water for up to 24 hours. And that little apartment where they can block off everything and retreat into that is what makes them such a difficult pest. So get rid of the mother first, and then you've got all these little male ones that you need to get rid of as well. So as you can see, a lot smaller in size, but there's a lot more of those as well. So there was probably 3 times as many of those on the colony.
Hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe.
Like, comment and subscribe. And as always, be excellent to each other and keep it salty, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye for now.
What is up, YouTube? It's Gordon and Darren here from Two Bear Studios. We are at Venice Beach. In the US.
In the US still.